This is a quick video to show you the different ways that you can edit the school lesson plan. In the email you'll see there are three different versions. There is a Pages version, a Word version and a preview version, i.e. a PDF. So let's have a look at the first version, which is a Word document. The lesson plan has been sent to the back of the Word document as a watermark, so when you print it out it will come out in full colour. And in order to edit this, all we simply need to do is insert text boxes into the area of the lesson plan that we would like to type. You can see the text box there, we'll type it into the text box. Very straightforward. Okay, so we just click over on the right hand side, select text box, and we can place our text boxes wherever we want on the lesson plan. You have the ability to change the font of the text box and also rotate the text box. So you can see it's very straightforward. You just double tap, insert our text box wherever we want to put it, and we can move that text box around and we can add as many text boxes in as we want. You can see we can just type away in that text box with the lesson plan template sitting behind. Okay, and if we want to change the font, we would just change the font in exactly the same way as we would change the font in a normal document. We go and select the type of font that we want. We can change the size of the font. So if you want to write a little bit more into the text boxes, you can obviously make the font smaller, or if there's not so much to write, we can make the font bigger so it fits nicer inside the boxes. Alright, and if we want to move that around, just rotate that text box around just by toggling at the top. We can twist it around so it lines up a little bit better, because some of our boxes on our lesson plan are not perfectly straight, so we can get it to fit a little bit better on the lesson plan by just toggling the top across the top. Right, so we just click on text box. We can drop the text box in anywhere we want. You might want to drop text boxes slightly off the side of the lesson plan for some extra notes. So it's very straightforward to be able to just drop a text box in, move the text box around, rotate the text box and place it wherever you want on top of the lesson plan to make sure it suits your benefits. And then when we come to print, you'll see there by previewing the print, you'll see that the lesson plan is in full colour, so it doesn't remain watermarked. When we print it off, it'll all be in full colour. Okay, so hopefully that's helped you with the Word version. Now if you'd like to edit the lesson plan as a PDF, the first thing you need to do is select Open with Preview. Now in Preview, the first thing you'll need to do is you will need to duplicate the document, because this is your master copy. So if we just go File, Duplicate, and it'll give us another copy, then we can keep our master copy separate from this, and we can rename this copy with whatever we want to call it, whatever the lesson plan is. You'll see there by tapping on the suitcase, it brings up some options. I can tap on the text box, and very similar to in Word, I can now start typing in a text box, and I can move that around on top of the lesson plan template. So it works in very same way, very similar way to the Word document. You can manipulate the text boxes around. The only issue that I found with Preview is that you don't have the ability to rotate that text box around. So if you're somebody who struggles with things not being in straight lines, as you can see there is no ability to be able to rotate that text box around. But it still works really well and it still looks really effective. But as I said, if you want to rotate that text box, then Word is probably your best option. Okay, and you can just see there, we click on text box and we can add as many text boxes in as we want and type on them. Okay, so it's very, very straightforward. We can also change the size of the font, and we can change the color of the font. So we have the same sort of functions as we have within Word. Alright, and when you come to save in, we'll just click File, Save, and then we can rename the document with the lesson, and we can just save that within our document so we've got it for future use. Okay, so that's Preview, very straightforward. Simple way of editing the lesson plan. And the final option is using Pages. So within Pages, the lesson plan has been sent and locked to the back. So very, very similar to how we use Word. We select the text box at the top and drop our text box in over the top of our lesson plan. Right, the function for this is very, very similar. This is just a preference whether you prefer to use Pages over Word. I'm more of a pages person myself. So it gives us the option to be able to type in, and just over on the right hand side you can see that I can rotate that text box around, so I can place that text box where I want it, but I can line it up with the external lines of the boxes within the lesson plan as well. So you've got three options. You can use Word, Pages, or you can edit the PDF using Preview. So hopefully this will be of some help to you. Thanks for watching. If you've got any problems, just let me know.